Welcome, our fellow lovers of love, and thank you for joining us on yet another excursion through the stream of consciousness down the river of tranquility to fill the lake of life with love.
And good evening, our fellow lovers of love. Me and Lubby here got you for another night of, why is it doing that again? Hold on a second. I've got to do something.
We're having an echo here. We're having some technical issues. We're going to be covering dating tonight.
There, I can solve the echo problem. But
Okay.
it's strange. Okay, so always something with us, isn't it?
It really does. It seems we start off the show with something every time.
Every single time. Anyway, tonight we've got successful dating steps, as if I know what the heck a date is. And then
We've been on many outings.
we have 50 things to do to make a date successful. And so we won't cover all 50, for the love of God.
Oh, no.
And then the keys for a successful long-term relationship, which is something we can actually here have some experience with
Yes.
both ways, largely by making every mistake in the book.
Of course.
That's how some of us have to learn the hard way. All right. Oh, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. I just can't. I don't have the one I want. Oh, there we go. So you can send your letters to Lubby over there at love@latenightLove.us, or you can find us at our website at latenightLove.us and all the various social media platforms that you want to find us on. Okay, so what do we've got? We have...
Well, first we're going to talk about how to date successfully in 5 steps.
5 steps. That's something we can get into, right? It's easier than a dance. Easier than a dance. That's
Yes.
for sure. All right.
Well, first, to date successfully, you have to figure out what you want from your relationship partner. Do you want a long-term relationship? Or, are you going to be moving to France in a year? Or what's going on?
This is true. All right. So then what do you got? So you've got to decide what you want, what you're looking for. You're for a one-night fling, or you're looking for your lifetime love, right? That's kind of where you're starting from, or somewhere in between.
Yes.
Or are you just going to go out there and be open-minded and let hit you what hit you? Because maybe that's what you're looking for. You don't, sometimes when you stop looking is when you find what you're looking for.
Very true.
So somewhere in there, but maybe the better way to put it is understand your strategy, right?
Yes.
Understand where you are, what you're coming from, and why you're doing it.
Well, this article says first you have to be attractive. You have to attract your mate. So it can be physical, it can be mental, emotional, spiritual, but something to attract a partner.
Uh-huh.
And you have to make overtures in obtaining recognition.
Okay.
So,
you have to say hello.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? I don't know, was it swipe left or swipe right?
Swipe left, swipe right.
I don't know, whatever.
We've talked about numerous ways to meet people. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the question is becoming more attractive yourself. That doesn't necessarily mean going out and getting work done. That means working on your internal self, because
yes.
As you become more attractive to you, you become more confident and more you, and the more you become, the more attractive you are to the outside world, because you're not trying to be something you're not, which is fundamentally unattractive.
It is.
It just is.
So. Yes. And so you have to develop, kind of a strategy for flirting.
Yeah, I never had a strategy for flirting. I still don't know what the hell that is. So essentially, I'm doing everything wrong. Okay.
Okay, step 4, you build a rapport in touching. You share about yourself. You start those little touches, touch the hair. Well, first it's the upper arm, between the shoulder and the elbow. Studies show people are more receptive to physical touch there on their body. They're less,
Less threatening.
it's less threatening. Yes.
Less threatening, less intimidating, because it's just that's just kind of a part of your body that, there's nothing attractive about a bicep unless you're into ripped people, and they like to show them off. So.
Okay, in your final step.
Okay.
You come to a meeting of the minds with your partner.
I like how they put this. This is psychology today. Step 5, negotiating a mutually satisfying resolution. God, take all the fun out of dating right there. We are going to negotiate a mutually satisfying resolution. The rest of us call that defining the boundaries of our relationship, but if you must define it that way. Okay, but that's what it is. That's what you're doing. You're deciding what the boundaries of your relationship are, or if there is a relationship going forward. What it is, what it's not. And, those boundaries may or may not change over time. So, that's the truth about life.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so.
Although I like the way things are with us. I don't want things to change.
But things have always changed with us. We're nothing.
We grow together, yeah, and separately we have our own interests too.
But all I'm saying is that we're nothing but change. We've been nothing but change the entire time.
No, you and I, we are monogamous. We spend a lot of time together. We place family before everything.
Yeah, but that has evolved. Right, what those mean evolves over time. Lots of things have changed. We've gone through all kinds of trials and tribulations, and.
Well, yeah, of course we've had our problems. It's been 12 years.
See, so that's all I'm saying.
It's going to be 13 in July. I'll have you know.
Why do we have to keep track of these things?
Because I'm a girl.
Okay.
I like anniversaries.
I know. And there's another lesson, guys. Just accept it. Try not to be like me. What question all these things? It's no point. It just is. All right. So where are we going next? What have you got for us, Linda?
50 things to make a date successful.
Okay. So I have one bit of advice to make a date successful. Y'all have to meet somewhere that you both want to be. Right? At least in the beginning. There's points of time where you can take one for the team, but in those first few days, find something that's mutually beneficial, even if it's just sitting down eating pizza.
That's what we did.
Yeah. So you don't want you want to be on neutral turf, right? You don't want to be.
Well, we went into Old Sac and we went through the stores and
Yeah, but I don't go down there.
We played video games. We haven't been down there since.
No. And I didn't go down there a lot before, so it was nobody's home turf.
No, but this is.
It was kind of a known neutral ground.
It is, yeah.
But it wasn't.
And it was public, and there was stuff to do, so it wasn't a lot of an intense FaceTime. There was stuff to talk about. Yeah.
So it's kind of.
We ended up kissing in the grass.
See, there's all kinds of stuff. But maybe that's another thing. Have options. Do something that has options. Give yourself options to find. Even though that was unintentional. Maybe that's something that gave a benefit we gave ourselves. Okay.
Okay, first thing in their list is be willing to laugh.
Yeah. Am I reading the wrong ones?
Yes.
What are you?
You're on the keys to a relationship.
Oh, I was in the wrong tab over here. Yeah, I'm just having all kinds of technical difficulties.
Be willing to laugh. Shower, smell good.
There's some basics. Yeah, hygiene.
Don't be on your cell phone. Yeah, good grooming is, oh my God, that's very attractive.
Yeah, turn your phone
Be
off.
punctual. Bring a gift, flowers, chocolates, wine,
Really?
something homemade.
Yeah. Be engaging. Don't try not to be Mr. Standoffish. Mr. or Mrs. Standoffish. You know, have something to say.
Yes.
You know, and if you don't have something to say because you had a long day or something, talk about that. It's okay. You know, you're not always going to be your best self, and make the best of it. What else are you going to do? Yeah, just be yourself. Let the chips fall where they may. All right.
Compliment. I can't tell you how much this means to me. I know it means a lot to people, women that I know as well. Every woman that I've ever flippin' met likes a compliment.
Okay.
Touch. Don't go crazy. Arm around the shoulders. Hold hands. That's a lost start.
Yeah, well, because it's weird.
No, it's not. It's wonderful.
It's weird. Be agreeable. You know how.
Maybe that's why we don't do it.
Yeah, because it's weird. So be agreeable and suggest what to do. So, you know, when they say, hey, what do you want to eat? You know, I don't know. Say something.
Yes, don't do. I don't know. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
But
try not to.
what are we, 15?
Yes, we are. Spare change of clothes. Well, that's a little presumptuous.
In case you spill something. In case you need tennis shoes. Think about any wardrobe changes you may need.
That's for women. Yeah, roll with the awkwardness. Would be my best thing.
Try going to places you can hear each other.
Yeah. So, all right. So we don't want to go through too deep down the watering hole. What do we got down here at 50, though?
Focus on the date. Don't talk about past relationships.
Oh, yeah, for the love of God. Shut up about your past. Yeah.
Don't criticize. I have dumped men because of the first date being overly critical.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good thing, too. That's a big warning sign. So I'm going to stop down to 50. The number 51 was be mature. Right? Don't start drama. Don't make a big scene. Don't, you know, act like you've been there before. Age-appropriate places. It's number 49 and number 48. You know, go to something newly opening. Again, neutral turf. You know, it's fun and exciting.
Yeah.
No, number 47 was play games.
There you go. Have
Board
fun.
games, video games. Well, you shot the thing.
I shot the.
Oh, the water. Wasn't it water? Yeah, it was the water.
It was
gun.
a water gun, yeah.
Yeah, you fill up the balloon or whatever it is. Yeah, the carnival type games where you shoot the water and it fills up the balloon.
Don't forget to clean your car.
That's when I learned that you don't play games with you.
You just don't like the victory dance.
No, because it goes back to that number 50.
What?
Be mature. But I'm a little immature myself, so I look past it. I'm just saying. There's a reason we don't play games. I don't mind losing. It's fine. I can lose all the time. I don't have a problem with it. But some people are sore winners.
Okay, so it's the song then.
No, it's the attitude. Act like you've won before. I get it if you never win and you win one time and you want to get all excited. Cool, I'm all out with it. But act like you've won before, because you have.
Every time is a victory and should be celebrated.
Act like you just at moments like Walter Payton. You know, you score a touchdown, you act like you've been there before. You just hand the ball to the ref and go on about your day. Just saying. It's my theory on the thing. But then again, we're different personalities, so it is what it is. All right. So what we got? The long-term marriages, long-term relationships.
Yes.
You know, what aspects determine long-term relationships? How do you make them a success? How to keep them alive? You know, you got to give them mouth to mouth every now and again or something. How do you succeed? Aren't those the same questions?
And 20 keys to long-term relationship which is what we're going to talk about.
All right, but isn't those how to keep a long-term relationship alive and how do you succeed in long-term relationships? Aren't those the same thing?
Those are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, first you have to listen before you speak.
Well, actually, some of these are.
You have to scroll down pretty far, babe.
Yeah, I know, but some of these are. We'll go through them real quick because
All
trust. Because what's the things? Because what aspects determine long-term relationship success? Because actually, these are pretty good. You got trust. We're not going to spend any time going through them, but we got trust because it's obvious. Communication because it's obvious. Supporting each other. Hello, McFly. Fight resolution. I almost read it as flight resolution.
Flight.
Yeah, you have to go decide their flights. No, you know how you deal with disagreements.
Fights happen. Yeah, how you deal with them.
How you deal with them when they're going through those. You know how you deal with that conflict. Those are the kind of the 4 basic food groups of a relationship, of a successful relationship. And then how do you keep it alive? You know, you just learn each other. You know how to do that. I'm not going to go through those because it's so unique. You can't tell anybody how to keep a relationship alive. You understand and you learn and you know each other and you work together to keep a relationship alive. That's how you do it. It's those other 4 things. It goes back to those, like I said, it's the same question. Just trust, communication, fight resolution. You know, sometimes you decide who cares more, and that's the one. That's what you go with. Do you really care about this one a lot? Yes, I do. Okay, fine. I don't really care that much.
We have ended arguments that way.
Yeah. How much do you really care? Well,
And I have not started arguments because I could see you were really into it and I didn't care. So I'm like, yay, let's do it. Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. How many times I keep my mouth shut? Just yeah, whatever. She can have her thing. No skin off my back, so what do I care? You know, it makes her happy. I'm gonna shut up. You know, some of the best times about communication is when not to communicate.
When to keep your yap shut.
Yeah, some thoughts are best left inside the head. That's why we don't want telepathy. You don't want it.
Well, my question to myself is this helpful? Is this nice? Is this positive? You know, is this actually, what is my intent here?
Yeah. You know, am I just being a grumpy puss today? And so I'm just going to go in my own little room. You know, whatever it is, it's understanding yourself. Okay, so we got down. Are we down here where we're at now?
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we at?
Okay, listen before we speak. You have to learn the art of listening.
Yep.
Okay? Always keep the positives of your partner in mind.
Yeah, because on those hard weeks, that helps.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just a bad week.
You get used to someone being alone and being around, and it's after you're together for a long time, you kind of just take it for granted and you don't appreciate that.
Yeah, you forget why.
And you know, your problems can seem to be a little, they can stick out more than those positives like it was at the beginning.
Yeah, because you have to remember why you're together. Keep that, remember why you got together. That's the best way I can describe that. Okay, feeling good from the inside will reflect from the outside. So,
You forgot number 3. Try again.
oh, did I? I skipped it.
There will be issues.
Yeah, some issues are just issues.
Some of them are just ours.
Yeah.
We have ours.
Some are just...
We early in our relationship, we put some things on the shelf. And every couple of years, we take them down, we look at them again, and we go, nope, nothing's changed. All right, put them back up in there. We'll wait and see if something changes in the future.
Yep, and if they're happy on the shelf, then, and we'll deal with them when we can. It's kind of the thing. Sometimes, circumstances in life.
Well, there are things that we're both violently opposed, and we've had the argument. Why should we have the arguments again?
It's not going to do any good.
No.
We could if we want to. You suppose?
No, thanks.
We're in the mood for a knock. We can do that. I'm not in the mood. It's too much effort.
Well, I'd rather not.
It's too much effort. Okay, so accept.
Can we do something else
Sure.
together? Can we take a walk instead?
Sounds good to me.
Talk about the grandkids. Come on.
All right, so we got
Feeling good from the inside will reflect on the outside.
Yeah, we just did that one.
Oh, you have to be happy with yourself. You can't make someone else happy.
No, and you have to work on yourself because your best self, as we talked about earlier, is the most attractive you, and now you can only do that from you. Your partner can support you, as we talked about before, but you have to do that through the actual heavy internal work because no one can do internal work but you. Okay. Accept and respect the differences. We've actually just had a big, long talk about that. So we can move past that one.
Set goals. I don't know. Do we set goals?
I don't know. I think goal setting it varies. Again, it's an individual thing. It's not necessarily bad, but, know who you are. If you're kind of hippy-dippy and flighty, you're not going to set goals. At least not solid goals. They're going to be weird. But if you're a couple type A driven personalities, of course you're going to set goals.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Just know your relationship. Learn from disagreements and arguments. Yeah, this is true.
I learn about myself. I learn about you.
Yeah. And, what do you actually care about? Do you care about more? How deeply do you care about this subject versus, say, peace in the household? And, maybe I don't care about that as much as I thought I did. It happens. So, maybe the issue is not as important as you think it is.
Yeah.
Type of thing. All right. Grow together instead of growing apart. How do you grow as individuals and as a couple at the same time? Is because you don't want to become codependent on each other. You still have to be strong individuals. So, walking that line is the key. All right.
Enjoy together. Celebrate the milestones.
Mm-hmm. Have fun. We have fun, laugh, enjoy, have a good time. That's one of the things. Keep calm and be gentle. Okay. What happened?
It went down.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you?
We're at like 11.
Support.
Yeah. So we got out here support. You want to understand, again, we've already kind of talked about how to support.
Usually it's just being there, showing up.
Yeah. Sometimes it's quiet support. Sometimes it's, standing on the sidelines and cheering. Sometimes it's a sandwich while they're working late. Here's the snack. And leave them alone. Sometimes the quiet support is, I want to bother them, but I know they need peace right now, so I'm not going to. Sometimes that's support. You have to know your relationship. You know your partners. You know what your support means.
And I like when things happen and sometimes you look at me and say, I'm sorry you're going through this. I don't know what to do to support you right now. What can I do to help? You ask me.
Yeah. Well, if I don't know, what do? You have to ask somebody. So you learn that on an assembly line, oddly enough. Didn't learn that in a relationship school. You learn that on an assembly line. You better ask somebody because something will go wrong later down the line if you don't ask somebody. So ask somebody. It's okay to ask somebody if you don't know. Oh, really? It's okay to ask somebody if you don't know? Yeah, it's okay to ask. Yeah. We actually kind of prefer it. And so, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not mind readers in a relationship.
Yeah.
If you don't know,
Yeah, you got to ask.
gotta ask.
And especially like that, that's, from the other person's perspective, it shows that you're caring and you want to help. And sometimes there's nothing they really want you to do but sit there and be there with them for a little while. And it's actually hard. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do is just kind of sit there and be with somebody. But, it's part of being in a relationship. Okay.
Be committed.
Mm-hmm.
Now they bring up the aspect of, maybe your idea, that maybe your love language is different from theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And you should try and do sometimes some things that speak to them in their love language. Not all the time. And now, this took me decades in relationships to realize that men show they care differently.
Yeah.
They do things for you. They build shit. They fix stuff. They solve problems.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they show they care.
That's what they know. It's what they know to do. So that's what they do. Men are very basic creatures. We're not that complicated. You guys think we're complicated. We're not that complicated. What do we do what we know how to do. So we fix something. We'll build something. I don't know.
The most incredible things have been invented by men for their wives. The Band-Aid was invented by a man for his wife who kept cutting her fingers in the kitchen all the time.
Yeah. Men will literally sell the world for their wives. So if they love you, they'll move mountains for you. Even if it's not good for either one of you, they'll still do it. Okay, don't take your relationship for granted.
We talked about this.
Okay.
Spend time alone together. Now, this is hard when you have little ones. But, make a dinner date or a lunch date or a movie night. Once a week outing.
Yeah, well, just find time. I mean, you can take it in 15 minutes throughout the day. Just make sure you take the time.
Wake up early, have coffee in the morning together.
Yeah, whatever it is. Gifts. I don't know. Another trinket. Does a trinket really show love?
They don't talk about that. They talk about ordering the new release of their favorite book series or sending, ordering their favorite food for dinner or a random text, a little emoji, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Little things like that.
Okay.
We're not talking about trinkets.
Alrighty. That sounds better. All right. Sharing is caring. People share a bond. So, when you share, when they know that you're going through difficult or happy time. So, share with your spouse. That's what they're there for. That's how you support each other. Okay? Now we've got sexual intimacy.
We've had shows on that.
Yeah, we've covered that a lot. Emotional intimacy is probably the most important of these is those emotional connections are actually far more important than the physical connections. And those are the things that really hurt people. It's the emotional.
Yes.
When people feel like they've been betrayed emotionally, it's actually far worse than other type of betrayals. So be very, very careful with your partner's emotions. They're not to be played with. Emotions are not to be played with. Okay.
Financial stability. Okay, that's one of the top 3.
Yeah.
And what, sex, money, and time together, I think, is the top 3.
Yeah. And don't be...
No kids.
Yeah. Well, no, who knows? The third one probably bounces around.
Yeah.
Sex and money is probably the top 2, and then you get the third one will bounce around. Seek professional help if you are struggling and you care about your relationship. Seek it before you need it, because it's easier to stop it before it becomes a major problem than it is to try to repair a damaged relationship. It just is. So try to prevent damage when you're going into it. I think that's the best strategy for a long-term relationship. First do no harm type thing.
Yes.
And when you do, just like when you spill milk, clean it up as best you can and move on. The advice about relationships isn't that different from the advice about the rest of your life. They're not that different. Okay. All right, what'd you find in Reddit this week, Lobby?
Well, we're going to start off with relationships.
Sure, why not?
Okay. Girlfriend, female 30, wants to move into my male 35 house and get added to the deed. We've only been together a year and I'm not comfortable with it. How do I let her down easy?
There's no easy way to do it. You just explain it just the way you just did.
Well, she wants to move in. He wants her to move in.
Yeah.
But she is concerned about her stability in the future. If the relationship doesn't work out, she'll be homeless.
Put some money aside for her. So she always has a savings account, whatever it takes to move into her own apartment for a couple months. Put it aside. Have her put away 3 months' rent for 3 months. So you've got it stuck away in a savings account. So she's got stability. So she feels safe.
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah. It's the way to solve that. That's the easy part. That's the easy question. Because both of them have both have legitimate concerns.
Yeah.
They're both highly legitimate concerns. Okay, well, let's solve them. Instead of getting caught up in the emotions, okay, so how do we solve this concern? She's worried about if the relationship falls apart. She's left homeless, no place to go, and not enough money to get a new place. Well, you can solve the thing about not having enough money to get a place because you're going to be saving a crap ton of money by only having one house. So you take that money for 3 or 4 months.
Well, actually, she can save the money because he's not asking for any payment on the mortgage. She just has to buy her own food.
Yeah, so she's saving plenty of money. So just for 4 months, put that money aside, and then she's got plenty of money to move out if things happen to go south. There's nothing wrong with her wanting a safety net. There's nothing wrong with him wanting to protect his financial future, his investment, right? Because it's only a year in. Okay. But, how you solve this is going to go far along in how you solve problems in their relationship. And so let's just solve the issue at hand, is her feeling uncomfortable about not having a safety net. So build a safety net.
There you go. Okay. Mom, 64, was diagnosed with cancer. Long-distance relationship, 28 female, angry I, 32 male, is spending so much time with family. Why is she making me choose? Well, obviously, she's just extremely insecure.
She's insecure. She's young and a little selfish, and she doesn't understand. She's probably hasn't had to go through these kinds of things before, and so she doesn't understand. So, but you know what? If she can't accept the fact that you have to spend an inordinate amount of time with your family right now, and she's not family material at the moment.
No.
You know, and it's
Maybe you need to take a break.
yeah, it might be good for her, you, and clearly it would be best for your relationship if she can, you know, she's going to have to accept it because this is one of those things that you don't choose. It's, if you, you know, if you have to choose, then it's not a choice, right? You're going with your mother. Mothers win on these kind of things every single time, unless she was a shrew or something. But it doesn't seem to be the case.
No.
So, yeah, she's just gonna have to buckle up. And if she makes you choose, it's not a choice. No woman who makes you choose between you and a mother with cancer is worth keeping. No person who makes you choose between, you know, your parent and
Parent.
Yeah,
Sick parent, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's an easy one. Okay.
Okay.
I feel sad for you because now you've got two crappy things to deal with. But better now than later. Better to learn it now than later about her. If you want to look on a bright side. I'm not even sure I believe that one. But just throwing it out there.
You're so sweet.
Trying to find some good in there. Just, okay.
My female 32 younger sister, my female 32 younger sister, 24 female, said my boyfriend, male 32, is a loser, but I swear he's the one. How do I get her to accept him?
Well, you don't, but, you know, maybe she sees something you don't. I'm just saying.
Talk to your sister.
Yeah, well, they probably already have, but I don't know. She could just be creeped out over the age difference.
What is loser?
Yeah, well, she could just be creeped out over the age difference, which is...
It's only 2 years.
What? No, her 32-year-old sister.
The sister is 24. He's 30.
My 32-year-old younger sister, 24-year-old... What? It's just...
My female 32.
Yeah, so she's 32.
She's 32. Her younger sister is 24. And her boyfriend is 32.
Oh, well, what the hell does a 24-year-old know? Just ignore him. Ignore it. Jesus Christ. Don't worry about it. She barely knows how to change her underwear on time. Just... Well, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much about what your 24-year-old sister thinks, other than, you know, unless she has a knack for these type of things. But no, see, I had it backwards. I thought it was a 24-year-old girlfriend was then the three. See, I had it back. I thought those two were the 24 and the 32-year-old were. So okay, well, the 32-year-old sister would think that it's kind of creepy, which it would. But no, the 32-year-old man, a 32-year-old woman, and a 24-year-old sister don't think. Well, maybe he is a loser, but doesn't mean he's not the one. You know, that can happen. Yeah, values calculated strangely. So, I don't know. But,
define loser. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't worry what your 24-year-old sister thinks. So, 24-year-old sister, I just wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay.
My 28 female boyfriend, 30 male, tells his friend, 28 female, everything, and it bothers me. How do I get him to shut up?
I don't know.
Dude, he even told she thought they had a pregnancy scare, and she said, don't tell anyone. And he told her. He is not allowing them to have their relationship intimacy.
Yeah, well, then, is he really in a relationship with her? Who's he the relationship with?
Sounds like he should be with the other girl.
Sounds like he wants to, but she doesn't want him. So he settled. So, if you ask me.
Dude.
Yeah. But she's enabling, so stop enabling him. And it's time to move on would be my suggestion, my guess.
He's not ready.
No. No, I mean,
Sorry.
if he was younger, all right, he's just young and stupid. He doesn't know any better. But at 30, you know better. That's, at 21, all right, he's just stupid. Young and still stupid, hasn't learned or something. At 30, if you don't know that by now, then I'm not going to say it's like a plan or a plot. He's just not fully committed.
No, he's not.
And, my guess is at 28, she's probably looking for a full commitment, and you're not going to get that. So. Okay.
Okay. Parenting. Am I the only parent who fantasizes about running away? Oh, heavens, no, hon.
No, it's a common thing, but it's a fantasy because it's a fantasy, but those things aren't real. It's okay. Just like any other fantasy. It's okay to live on Fantasy Island. It's perfectly fine. In its time and in its place. Gives you stress relief. It's like venting. It's okay. I know it makes you feel failure as a parent, right? You should be better. You shouldn't feel this way. But we're human. We all do. We all get tired, worn down, headache from this crying, all the stress from the money and all that. You just want to, you want to get away. But the best you can do is take some Calgon, put it in the bath, and go do that.
Yes.
You'll be all right.
You'll be okay.
You'll be all right.
Have a glass of wine, smoke a joint, whatever your drug of choice, and you'll be okay.
You and every other parent has felt that way.
Have a Friday night relaxation, watch your favorite movie.
And if there is a parent that didn't, they're just the exception to prove the rule that the rest of us have.
Yes.
That's it. They're either lying or they're the exception to prove the rule. So, okay.
Okay. My brother let my daughter watch a horror movie and it upset her. She's 4 and having nightmares now. How do I convince her he's real? Yeah, the brother let her watch Scream and would say, oh, turn away, don't watch this part.
Yeah. My kids were watching those movies at 4. But I also taught them at very young age, as soon as they could comprehend that stuff wasn't real. The TV is not real. It's not real. It's pretend. It's acting. It's actors. It's cameras. It's not real. Even before they could really comprehend what I was saying, he started to tell them. So they never had a problem with that reality issue. So my suggestion is just convince her it wasn't real. Just keep reinforcing the TV and the phone and those things. They're acting, quite literally. And she'll start to understand what that means as you explain it to her over and over and over again. That's how they understand.
Take her to see a play.
But
and explain it's just like this.
Well, look, she understands. At this stage, she's probably watching shows on her tablet, right? You're just going to have to explain that those little creatures she watched on her tablet aren't real in the same way that movie isn't real. And she's going to have to learn that anyway. It's better for her to know that that's not real, that it's entertainment. It's not, It's a long, slow process, but you just start it now. You'll be fine. She'll get over the nightmares as soon as she has something to replace them with. So shove some new Disney thing in front of her for and she'll be fine. It's a distraction.
She's 4.
Yeah, she'll be fine. But start the process now of making sure that you know that entertainment is not real. Okay.
8-year-old son regularly gets up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. We're exhausted. How do we get him to sleep at night?
put him to bed later? You didn't ask, didn't say anything about what time they put him to bed.
They didn't say.
Well, if you want him to stay later, you're going to have to put him to bed later. If you're putting him to bed at 7 o'clock and you're getting up at 2 a.m., 2 or 4, well, yeah, that's because he slept all night.
You know, and you've got a little night owl there.
Yeah. Or, you know, find out what he's getting up for. Is he going to the bathroom and then just kind of getting up?
No, he eats, he watches TV, plays video games. And he makes a lot of noise, and he's waking everybody up.
Well, maybe because that's when he can do that kind of stuff. But my guess is he's probably going to bed too early. Partly because he's getting up real early. And partly because he probably set that into him. He never changed his sleeping schedule as he evolved from a 5-year-old to an 8-year-old. And he needs less sleep now than he used to. And so now he's stuck on a schedule that no longer works for him. That would be my guess. So, do I know that for a fact? No. But, you know, maybe he's waking up to go pee and that keeps him up. So once he's up, he goes off and eats and does all that stuff. So stop feeding him drinks late at night. There's all kinds of theoretical issues that, without knowing more.
They weren't a lot of details.
No. So, but my guess is the first one. Okay.
Why do some parents get so upset when others are one and done?
Because they love children and they don't understand that other people don't want big families. Just like people with one child don't understand how people can want big families. And you're all just living on different planes of existence, and it's perfectly acceptable. What you should both do is not judge the other one for their choices. Some people aren't built for having lots of children. Some people are, and we should all be thankful for that. It's just saying.
If there isn't a more personal, divine decision on this planet about your life, it's how many children you are going to have.
Well, yeah, but you have to understand, for hundreds of thousands of years, human existence teetered on the existence of your tribe, your thing, teetered on how many children you had.
We are no longer there.
Yes, we are no longer there, but our biology still thinks we are, because biology changes much slower than culture. Our bodies still think that, so there's still that instinctual drive in many of us to say we should be having as many children as possible. And you actually have to work. We're actively working against biology. I'm not saying we shouldn't be. I'm just saying that it's going to take time for biology to catch up where, you know, human beings are no longer on the edge of extinction. It'll happen. Human biology has evolved constantly. It will evolve. It just takes time. So, why are you looking at me like I'm crazy? Okay, so what's next?
Well, we have work questions. I'm going to get fired over a lie someone told about me. What do I do?
Nothing. You don't want to work for somebody that doesn't want you working there. Move on. Go get your other job. Go on with your life. Be my suggestion. You know, if there's a way you can, I say fight it, because that's just, if there's a way you can deal with it, then you might want to, but I don't know. It's one of those things. For me personally, once something like that happens, I don't want to work there anymore. I don't want to go to work someplace like that. So you go find something else to do.
Yeah.
That would be my suggestion. You know, you can't fire me because I quit. I'm out of here. You guys suck. You know, that's my theory. But, okay.
Okay, you hurt your legs over the weekend, but you can't afford to get it checked out. You can work, but you limp around roughly 1/3 of the place. pace and everyone can notice, can your boss punish you?
Well, what do you mean by punish you? Now, I've had to drag my leg around for months at a time, but I didn't really do it at a third pace. I still managed to get the work done, even in a warehouse. So it really depends, But no, people hurt themselves at work, at home all the time. I broke my arm at home. So it is what it is. And the question is, can't afford to get it checked out. Getting these things checked out, it often isn't as expensive as you think it is. It's just not. The hospital sends you a bill, you call them up, you ask them for the discount, and they'll give it to you. You just have to ask.
Cart rate.
Yeah. They give you this thing called cart rate, and it's like 10 times more expensive than you really have to pay. And all you have to do is call and ask for a discount. So I can't afford this. Can I have the same price Medicare pays? And they will give it to you. That's the dirty little secret in the hospital industry. And then you just pay it off at $10 a month for the rest of your life. What do you care? That way you've got your leg fixed. Is $10 a month worth your leg getting looked at? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay. Coworker is very direct and rude. What to do?
Well, direct and rude aren't the same things. So you're sending conflicting information. They're either rude or they're direct. Almost nobody's direct and rude. You're rude pretending to be direct, or you're direct and other people take it as rude because you don't like hearing it. They're not used to it, whatever, but it's literally your problem, not theirs. So you're going to have to actually decide, are they rude or are they just direct and you just don't like it? Now, there are supposed people who are both direct and rude, but they're also probably highly competent and you should probably just learn to deal with it.
It's work. You don't have, you're not in a relationship with these people.
Yeah, and it depends on, and how to deal with it depends upon your relationship with them. Are they somebody you have to report to, or are they somebody that, your reports to you? And what's the relationship here? It entirely is dependent upon that as well. Is it someone from another department that you just have to kind of deal with on occasion? But most of the time, unless they're abusive, you just kind of have to deal with it because they're there for a reason. They're probably highly competent, and most likely they're highly competent and don't have time to deal with with what they consider to be fluff, and so they're blunt, and that bluntness can come off as rude. And one of the things you can do is appreciate the fact that they transmit information quickly. They don't waste a lot of your time. So maybe you should learn to appreciate that part of it. You don't have to like them. If nothing else, he gets me the information I need quickly. Try to find a silver lining. Because sometimes there's nothing you can really do about it.
Okay.
Because what do you do if they're going, well, that person over there is so sensitive, what do I do? It's irritating everybody because they're always so sensitive. There's 2 feet. There's 2 ways to look at every situation. You could be annoying people being sensitive. While other people just want to get their freaking work done quickly. You always got to walk on eggshells around them. So that So, maybe it's a little bit of time in the mirror. Maybe meet in the middle somewhere. I don't know. All right. What's next?
I want you to give my resignation letter to my supervisor if I work the night shift.
I don't know what you mean. You give it to him the same way you give him anything. Are you leaving that day? Are you planning to leave? You should probably make a phone call. If you're working by yourself, you can't dump this on them the same day you're leaving. It would be irresponsible. You want to be a responsible person. So, just be responsible with it. If you were in his shoes, how would you want you to behave? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be as professional as possible. That's got nothing to do with them. It's you. Right? You want to be as professional as you can be. So just be reasonable with it and you'll be fine. Okay.
Okay, sex questions. My 17 boyfriend, male 16, said he'll get me a toy, but that means no sex. Why the ultimatum?
I'm confused.
They're having sex.
Okay.
She wants a toy.
Uh-huh.
He said, okay, I'll get you a toy, but I won't have sex with you anymore.
Well, that's just because he's young and immature and stupid.
Invite him to use it with you.
He's intimidated by it. That ain't going to work. You know,
Use it on him.
that's going to trigger his homophobia. You don't want to do that. He's 16. He knows nothing. You understand? This has got nothing to do with anything other than his, lack of maturity. So, and it's not your job to actually to walk him through it. So, and why are we asking questions about people who are underage?
They wrote into Reddit.
I don't know. Stop having sex at 16 and 17. So good. Buy the toy. There you go. That's my.
Buy the toy and don't have sex. You're too young.
There you go. Wait until you're both 18. Knuckleheads. What the hell's wrong with you? Why the hell is I even answering this question? Hey, wait a minute. Stop having sex. That's what that is. You guys are too young and clearly too mature to be dealing with these kinds of adult relationship issues. That's the right answer for that one. Okay.
My 21 female boyfriend, 30 male, keeps asking me for sex even though I have COVID. How do I get him to stop asking me?
Tell him no. But
just tell him no and take a flying leap, and that's a nice way. Tell him to F off.
Yeah, but Ashley says we don't even care about COVID. We'll die for it. We don't care. We don't. Think of it this way: he likes you a whole lot. He's willing to die for it. He's willing to die to be intimate with you. Just think of it that way. Still tell him no. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying. Just
He's clearly not thinking.
Well, he is, just not rationally. I'm just okay.
Okay. Female, 22, orgasming in my sleep. What does this mean?
It means you're having erotic dreams.
Go with it. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it probably won't.
Well, I don't know if you can enjoy it if you're sleeping through it. It's probably just annoying. Quite frankly, wake up with like a wet spot. Wouldn't that be annoying?
Yeah, but you get to have an orgasm in your sleep.
Yeah, but you don't know because you're sleeping.
That's special.
Okay. there you go. And what does it mean? I don't think it means you're having erotic
you're just having erotic dreams.
You're having erotic dreams and you're easy.
You're 22, dude.
And you're easy to orgasm. So, yeah, that's yay.
There you go.
Except for maybe having to clean the sheets all the time. I suppose it would be annoying if you're someone who creates wet spots when that happens. That might be annoying. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know the appropriate response for that one somehow. I just don't. Okay.
Well, if it really bothers you, you could always talk to your doctor.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but, there you go. Here's the thing. Go to the new being AI thing, and you ask them what it means. We should do that one of these days. Okay.
Okay. Unable to orgasm with any man, but really easy if I'm watching lesbian porn. Am I a lesbian?
Do you want to actually do physical, real life women? Do you feel attracted to them? Or is it just the visual attraction?
It could be just the porn.
Yeah, it could be just.
But are you interested
Yeah.
in muff diving?
Or it could just be that she's better at what she's not saying is she's masturbating. She masturbates using lesbian porn. Maybe she's just actually quite good at getting herself off. And she just finds lesbian porn more interesting than the porn
Than the straight stuff.
that's designed for men, and lesbian porn is more designed for women. And so simply the camera angles and moods and things like that. So, just saying, she may just be better at getting herself off. Is she lesbian? Maybe she's bi. Who the hell knows? That by itself tells us nothing. Is my point. Maybe there's other signs in your life that would lead you to want to explore those realms. Go for it if that's your thing. Or maybe you're repulsed. You don't like the other women's figures and you don't have any real fantasies towards that. That's fine too. It's perfectly fine to have it. Leave it in the porn. You're attracted to one type of porn and you want to do one other type of sex. That's actually probably best. That way the two don't mix. It's okay. But my guess is maybe you should help your male partners learn how to
get you off.
Yeah. So maybe you need to explore yourself, be a little more mindful about what you're doing to yourself when you are watching porn, and maybe that's actually.
And you can share that with your partners.
Yeah, male or female. Because maybe a female partner couldn't get you off any better than a male partner could. Because that's not what the issue is.
Yeah.
The issue may be inside your head. You can't let go when you're having person-to-person sex. So there's 100 things. And we need to find Dr. Ruth or somebody to answer that. Or you can talk to Freud. Go.
Freud just blames your mother.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't help, yeah. Okay, so never mind. Don't talk to Freud. All right, from me and Lobby, that's it for tonight. We want to thank you for joining us. Is there anything we've got? You can find us on social media, Facebook, Rumble, whatever our other social media things are. You can send Lobby a love letter at love@latenightLove.us, or you can find us at latenightLove.us. And for me and Lobby, that is it for tonight. Please remember to love everybody.
Good night.